Over 60? The 2026 cruise mistakes no one warns you about. In 2026, travelers over 65 will book more cruises than any other age group, yet they're also filing the fastest growing number of post-cruise complaints over medical surprises, missed departures, and unexpected fees. Same ships, different outcomes. Today, we're breaking down the cruise mistakes no one explains to retirees, from loyalty perks that quietly shrank to insurance gaps that can cost six figures, and the single booking decision in 2026 that can determine whether your trip feels effortless or exhausting. Think early booking always saves money? Think again. 2026 changed everything. 1. Booking based on old pricing rules. For decades, booking a cruise early meant locking in the best deal. But in 2026, pricing algorithms now adjust fares sometimes hourly based on demand, cabin category, and even browsing patterns. Many retirees are either booking a year out and overpaying, or waiting too long and watching prices spike when cabins tighten. Two mistakes, same result: higher cost. The game changed. Cruise lines now reward strategic timing, typically 4 to 8 months out for mainstream sailings, slightly earlier for Alaska. The actionable move? Track prices weekly, book refundable fares, and reprice if costs drop. A 5-minute check could save hundreds. That's not luck, that's leverage. 2. Trusting cruise line medical care too much. It's easy to assume a modern cruise ship clinic functions like a small hospital, but most are designed for stabilization, not full treatment. In 2026, several cruise contracts clarified that advanced cardiac care, stroke treatment, and complex imaging often require evacuation to shore facilities. Time matters. Many travelers over 65 underestimate how far offshore ships can be, sometimes hours from the nearest port. One delay can change everything. Short sentence. Big stakes. The smart approach? Carry a printed medical summary, verify evacuation coverage limits in your insurance policy, and consider itineraries that remain closer to developed ports if you have known conditions. Preparation protects independence. Your cabin view might look perfect online, but the deck plan tells the real story. 3. Choosing a cabin without studying the deck plan. Picture this. You book a beautiful mid-priced balcony only to discover it's directly under the pool deck where chairs scrape at 6 a.m. Or it's at the far forward end. Great view, long walk. On newer megaships, distances can rival a Vegas hotel. Comfort isn't just square footage anymore. For many men over 65, mobility and sleep quality matter more than extra cabin space. Location beats luxury, always. The practical move? Study the full deck plan, not just the cabin photo. Avoid rooms under gyms, theaters, or buffets. Choose midship for stability and elevators nearby for convenience. A smart cabin choice reduces fatigue before it starts. Small decision, big difference. 4. Flying in the same day as departure. You've done it before: morning flight, afternoon embarkation, smooth sailing. But in 2026, cruise lines are closing boarding earlier and sailing exactly on time to avoid port penalties. Add weather delays and tighter airline schedules, and same-day flights are stranding more passengers than ever. Miss the ship, and you're paying to catch up at the next port, if you can. Expensive lesson. The smarter play? Arrive at least 1 day early, preferably 2 for international cruises. Book a hotel near the port and treat it as part of the vacation, not an inconvenience. A calm start sets the tone for the entire voyage. Control what you can. Skipping insurance could cost you more than your entire cruise fare. 5. Skipping travel insurance, or buying the wrong kind. Here's something most retirees don't realize. Many 2026 cruise insurance policies quietly changed age-based coverage limits, especially for medical evacuation and pre-existing conditions. That bargain policy bundled at checkout? It may cap evacuation at $25,000. An overseas airlift can exceed $100,000. 2 numbers. Huge gap. And Medicare generally doesn't cover you outside the United States. That surprises a lot of seasoned travelers. The practical move is simple. Compare third-party policies, confirm evacuation coverage of at least $100,000, and check the pre-existing condition waiver window. usually 14 to 21 days from deposit. Read the fine print before final payment. Coverage isn't about fear, it's about freedom. 6. Assuming loyalty status still protects you. You've sailed the same cruise line for years. You've earned the tier, the priority boarding, maybe even the free laundry. But several cruise lines restructured elite perks heading into 2026, reducing complimentary benefits, tightening drink vouchers, and adding blackout restrictions. Same title. Fewer perks. Many loyal guests don't notice until they're on board. The smart approach? Recheck your loyalty benefits before booking, compare competing lines offering status matches, and calculate the real dollar value of your perks. Sometimes switching brands makes financial sense, even after years of loyalty. Sentiment is powerful. Numbers are clearer. Easy strolls at the port aren't always what they seem, especially for retirees. 7. Ignoring the physical demands of relaxing itineraries. A cruise sounds effortless, elevators, buffets, ocean views. But many 2026 itineraries now dock farther from city centers due to port congestion, meaning longer shuttle rides and more walking than before. In Europe especially, ships may tender offshore instead of docking directly. More steps, longer days. Even on board, newer megaships stretch over 1,100 feet. Just walking bow to stern can feel like a morning workout. The smart play? Review excursion mobility ratings carefully, bring supportive walking shoes, not just loafers, and plan one lighter day after every heavy port day. Energy management matters more than ambition. If you're over 60 and planning a cruise in 2026 or beyond, this channel is built for you. I break down cruise rule changes and the small details that most travelers don't hear about, so you don't find out the hard way. 8. Not preparing for digital boarding systems. Embarkation used to mean printed tickets and a handshake at the counter. In 2026, many cruise lines use facial recognition, mandatory mobile apps, and digital safety drills completed before sailing. No app, no smooth boarding, simple as that. Some travelers over 65 find the tech frustrating. Not impossible, just unfamiliar. Here's the advantage move. Download the cruise line app at home. Complete check-in early, upload documents in advance, and bring a printed backup of boarding passes just in case. 5 minutes of prep prevents first-day stress. Start strong, free drinks, free Wi-Fi, free perks, or just hidden extra charges. 9. Overpaying for free packages. The words all-inclusive and free at sea sound like a win, but in 2026, many cruise bundles quietly build gratuities and service charges into the fine print. That free drink package? You may still pay daily tips on its full retail value. 2 layers of cost. Sneaky math. For moderate drinkers, buying beverages individually can be cheaper. Same with Wi-Fi, occasional email checks don't justify unlimited streaming plans. Before you click accept, estimate your real usage. Multiply daily drink limits, compare Wi-Fi tiers, and price specialty dining separately. A quick back-of-the-envelope calculation prevents overpaying by hundreds. Promotions sell excitement. Math protects wallets. 10. Overlooking tender ports and docking logistics. Here's a detail many brochures downplay. Not every ship docks directly at a pier. In popular destinations, especially smaller Caribbean or Mediterranean ports, you may anchor offshore and transfer by smaller tender boats. Moving platform. Narrow steps. For travelers with knee issues or balance concerns, this can turn a pleasant shore day into a stressful obstacle course. The proactive move? Check your itinerary for the word tender, watch a short video of the process beforehand, and choose shore excursions that prioritize easy pier access when possible. Stability equals confidence. Confidence changes everything. A tiny packing mistake can ruin a whole day or your entire trip. 11. Mishandling medications and documentation. Imagine opening your carry-on mid-flight and realizing your prescription bottle is in your checked luggage, or worse, still at home. It happens more than you'd think, and cruise ship pharmacies stock basics, not specialized heart or blood pressure medications. Limited supply, limited options. Customs rules in some countries also require original labeled containers, not loose pill organizers. That small oversight can create big delays at foreign ports. The smart system? Pack all medications in your carry-on. Bring at least 3 extra days' supply and carry a printed list of prescriptions with dosages. Add a photo of each label on your phone as backup. Simple redundancy prevents serious disruption. 12. Choosing a cruise based only on price. It's tempting to sort cruises by lowest fare and call it a day. But in 2026, the gap between megaships and smaller vessels is wider than ever. Crowd density, dining quality, noise levels, even embarkation speed. Cheap cabin, expensive trade-offs. Larger ships offer value and variety, but they also mean longer lines and more walking. Smaller ships cost more upfront yet often deliver smoother boarding and quieter evenings. Before booking, ask yourself what you value most: stimulation or simplicity. Then compare total trip cost, including airfare, hotels, excursions, and gratuities, not just the cruise fare. Price is visible, value is hidden. Here's the bottom line. Cruising in 2026 isn't riskier, it's just different. The rules shifted, pricing is dynamic, boarding is digital, loyalty isn't automatic. And the small decisions, cabin location, insurance limits, flight timing, carry bigger consequences than they used to. But here's the good news. Every single mistake we covered is preventable. A little preparation protects your money. A little planning protects your health. And smart choices protect something even more important: your independence. That's what this stage of life is really about. If this video helped you see even one thing differently, this channel is for you. I share cruise updates, planning insights, and the quiet changes most travelers never hear about. So you can board confident, not surprised. This video is for informational purposes only. It is not professional travel, medical, or financial advice. Always consult qualified experts before making decisions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.